Hello, and welcome to the Florida Department of Transportation District 7 virtual public meeting for the first phase of the Tampa Westshore Interchange, TWI Safety and Operational Improvements Project with limits from I-275 from the Howard Franklin Bridge to east of Lois Avenue, and from south of Tampa International Airport to Kennedy Boulevard, and improvements along Cypress Street, Kennedy Boulevard, Rio Street, with scattered work zones as part of the larger TWI project in the city of Tampa, in Hillsborough County, Florida. Slide 2. To allow for maximum participation, this public meeting is being held in two formats. The live online public meeting is being held on Wednesday, March 4th, 2026 from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. via GoToWebinar. This presentation will be posted to the project website. The in-person public meeting is being held on Wednesday, March 4th, 2026, from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. at 5517 West La Salle Street, Tampa, Florida, 33607. Slide 3. The Florida Department of Transportation complies with various non-discrimination laws and regulations, including Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Public participation is solicited without regard to race, color, national origin, age, sex, religion, disability, or family status. For questions or concerns, you may contact either Title VI District 7 Coordinator Jensen Hackett by phone at 813-975-6283 or Statewide Title VI Coordinator Lisa Bethencourt by phone at 850-414-4742. All inquiries or concerns will be handled according to FDOT procedure and in a prompt and courteous manner. Slide 4. This virtual public meeting is being recorded and will be posted to the FDOT Tampa Bay website. All attendees will remain muted throughout the meeting. Attendees are also welcome to submit any questions or comments using the GoToWebinar question panel, and a member of a team will respond during the question and answer portion. During the Q&A session at the end of the presentation, click the Raise Hand button on the control panel if you wish to speak. Your microphone will be unmuted when your name is called. If you experience technical difficulties, please contact GoToWebinar support at +1 833-851-8340. Should you lose audio during the session, please open the GoToWebinar control panel and change your audio to phone audio or no audio, and then switch it back to computer audio. If this does not work, you may need to exit and re-enter the webinar. Slide 5. Before we move further into the project details, I'd like to introduce the team leading the Tampa Westshore Interchange project. Serving as the FDOT construction manager is Zachary Stringer, who oversees construction operations and ensures the project is delivered safely and efficiently. The program manager is Courtney Drummond, responsible for overall program coordination and strategic oversight. Supporting the program is Assistant Program Manager Jeffrey Parker, who helps guide day-to-day implementation and execution. Ryan Hamrick serves as the project director for the contractor. Letitia Mitchell is the Senior Community Outreach Specialist, working directly with stakeholders, businesses, and the public to keep the community informed and engaged throughout construction. And Todd Lane serves as the Senior Design Project Manager. Together, this team is committed to delivering a safe, efficient, and transformative project for the Tampa Bay region. Slide 6. The Florida Department of Transportation's mission is to provide a safe statewide transportation system that promotes the efficient movement of people and goods, supports the state's economic competitiveness, prioritizes Florida's environment and natural resources, and preserves the quality of life and connectedness of the state's communities. The department focuses on key areas to achieve this mission, including safety, resiliency, supply chain, technology, and workforce development. Each of these elements touches the lives of the people who use our roadways. FDOT understands the community's unique needs and builds a transportation system that improves connectivity, enhances the quality of life, and achieves a shared community vision. Slide 7. Tampa Bay Next, or TB Next, FDOT, long-term transportation program designed to modernize the region's interstate system. It focuses on improving safety, travel time through the corridor, and connectivity across the Tampa Bay area by addressing critical infrastructure needs on I-275, I-4, I-75, and I-175/375. The program is organized into major initiatives such as interchange reconstructions, express lanes, transit integration, stormwater upgrades, and pedestrian/bicycle facilities. Rather than treating each project in isolation, TB Next provides a coordinated framework so that improvements work together to meet the area's current and future transportation demands. The TWI project we are discussing today is part of the TB Next program. Slide 8. In January, construction officially began on the Tampa Westshore Interchange project, Florida's first phase design-build transportation project. Phase 1 establishes the foundation for long-term improvements along one of the region's busiest corridors. This phase includes widening and modernizing Interstate 275 and State Road 60, adding new express lanes and flyover connections, and improving access to Tampa International Airport. The project also enhances local roadways, as well as pedestrian and bicycle facilities, creating a safer and more complete transportation network. A major focus of the project is restoring local connectivity by reconnecting streets that have long been divided by Interstate 275 and State Road 60. This includes construction of a new Rio Street Bridge with improved ramp access as part of Phase 1, along with future connections planned at Oxenden Street and Trask Street. Together, these improvements will enhance mobility, strengthen safety, and improve access for surrounding neighborhoods and businesses throughout the Westshore area. Slide 9. The project limits extend along Interstate 275 from the Howard Franklin Bridge eastward to just beyond Lois Avenue, from south of Tampa International Airport north to Kennedy Boulevard. Enhancements are planned along Cypress Street, Kennedy Boulevard, and Rio Street, with several targeted work zones throughout the project area. Together, these limits define a comprehensive improvement corridor designed to address regional travel while enhancing local connectivity within the Westshore District. Slide 10. Before we look at the proposed improvements, it's important to understand the current configuration of the Westshore Interchange. This area is one of the busiest interchanges in Florida. Every single day, more than 400,000 vehicles move between Interstate 275, State Road 60, the Veterans Expressway, and Tampa International Airport. Commuters, freight trucks, and airport traffic all converge in this interchange. This project is intended to address the following improvements planned under the TB Next program. Slide 11. Let's look at the future full build out of the TWI project. This section is the westernmost portion of the TWI project, where I-275 connects to the newly reconstructed Howard Franklin Bridge. As part of the project, this segment will see major improvements to I-275, including reconstruction and widening to align seamlessly with the new Howard Franklin Bridge, new lanes and ramp connections designed to improve capacity and reduce congestion approaching the bridge, upgraded shoulders and safety features, preparing the corridor for future express lanes. These upgrades ensure that traffic flows smoothly and safely between the Howard Franklin Bridge and the Westshore Interchange, creating a stronger, more reliable regional connection across Tampa Bay. Slide 12. The ultimate design reconfigures the I-275 and SR-60 interchange to improve traffic flow, capacity, and safety. A new Rio Street Bridge will cross over I-275, reconnecting to Kennedy Boulevard and restoring an important east-west route for local traffic. New flyover ramps will provide more direct connections between I-275 SR-60 and Tampa International Airport, reducing lane changes and weaving. Upgraded drainage, lighting, and landscaping will further enhance safety and the overall appearance of the corridor. Together, these improvements will transform the interchange into a more efficient, reliable, and safer transportation hub for the region. Slide 13. This area here is where SR-60 connects directly into Tampa International Airport. The future configuration introduces several key improvements to make this section operate more efficiently. New, longer ramps and auxiliary lanes will help separate airport traffic from through traffic on SR-60, reducing congestion and weaving. Improved connections to the airport entrance roads will also make it easier and safer for travelers to reach the terminals. Slide 14. This final section highlights I-275 near Cypress Street, a critical link between the Westshore Business District and the greater Tampa Bay region. The ultimate configuration includes new connections at Occident and Trask Streets to reconnect surrounding neighborhoods, space for a future intermodal center to support long-term transit goals, and enhance pedestrian and bicycle links to the shared-use path network. Together, these improvements will help transform I-275 into a safer, more connected corridor that supports local travel and future regional growth. Slide 15. Here we're looking at the section where SR 60 meets I-275, a critical gateway for drivers heading to and from the airport, downtown Tampa, and the Veterans Expressway. Today's interchange is a central pinch point. The ramps are short and closely spaced, and drivers from SR 60 often must weave across multiple lanes to reach I-275 north or south. That constant lane changing creates slowdowns, backups, and a potential for crashes. Slide 16. This segment focuses on SR 60 near Tampa International Airport, one of the most heavily traveled corridors in the Westshore area. Today, this stretch is often clogged with airport traffic mixing with through traffic on SR 60, especially during peak flight times. The short merges and lack of dedicated lanes cause backups that spill onto the main line and create delays for airport travelers, as well as commuters heading to the Veterans Expressway or I-275. Slide 17. The SR 60 stem, just north of Cypress Street, currently creates challenges for drivers traveling between the Veterans Expressway, I-275, and Westshore. Today, the roadway has tight curves, short merge areas, and limited lane capacity, which forces drivers to slow down and weave to reach their exits. This section is often a bottleneck during peak hours and a source of frequent slowdowns for traffic heading toward the interchange or local businesses. Slide 18. Rio Street is an important local connection in the Westshore area. Today, Rio Street ends before reaching Kennedy Boulevard, forcing drivers to use other nearby streets. This often creates extra turns, added travel time, and more congestion on already busy local roads. Slide 19. Because of the size and complexity of the TWI project, the department is using a phased design-build-delivery method. The full build will be constructed in phases as funding becomes available, beginning with Priority 1A. This approach allows construction to move forward in sections, while design continues in others, improving efficiency and providing flexibility as conditions evolve. Each phase is carefully sequenced to maintain traffic flow, keeping as many lanes open as possible, shifting traffic to new facilities as they're completed, and using temporary detours only when necessary. Overall, phased design-build helps reduce construction time and deliver improvements to the public sooner, while managing a project of this scale responsibly. Slide 20. This section is the westernmost portion of Priority 1A, where the TWI project connects directly to the newly reconstructed Howard Franklin Bridge. Improvements here ensure a smooth transition between the two projects as work progresses east toward the main interchange. Under Priority 1A, this segment includes reconstructing and widening I-275 to match the new bridge alignment, upgrading pavement, shoulders, and drainage, and completing key foundation and approach work for the remainder of the corridor. Because it links two major regional projects, this area plays an important role in maintaining continuity for drivers traveling between Pinellas and Hillsborough counties. Slide 21. This section represents the second portion of Priority 1A, extending east from the Howard Franklin Bridge toward the Westshore Interchange. Improvements include new lanes and shoulders that continue the widened I-275 cross-section, transition work to create a smooth connection for northbound and southbound traffic, ramp and foundation preparations for future eastern connections, and upgraded stormwater and shoreline protection measures along the bayfront. Because this area sits directly beside the bay, construction requires careful coordination with environmental safeguards. Overall, this segment builds on the Howard Franklin Bridge project while keeping I-275 safe and operational as work progresses east toward the interchange. Slide 22. This image highlights the eastern portion of Priority 1A, focused around Rio Street, West Gray Street, and Cypress Street. Improvements here include reconstructing ramps and bridges connecting I-275 to the local street network, new ramp alignments near West Gray Street and Executive Drive to improve access and safety, early preparation for the future Rio Street Bridge connection to Kennedy Boulevard, and upgrades to drainage and utilities to support the expanded interstate. Because this area is highly developed, construction will be carefully coordinated with nearby businesses and roadways to help minimize disruptions. Slide 23. This final segment highlights the northern portion of Priority 1A along SR 60 near Tampa International Airport, one of the busiest areas of the corridor. Improvements include reconstructed ramps and new lane configurations to provide more direct access to the airport and SR 60. Enhanced merge and exit areas to reduce peak hour bottlenecks, and upgraded drainage and roadway infrastructure for long-term durability. As a key connector between I-275 and the airport, this segment will improve safety and traffic flow for residents, visitors, and freight while setting the stage for future interchange upgrades. Slide 24. The TWI improvements go beyond highways to include new shared-use paths and trail connections that make walking and biking safer and more accessible. Today, routes around the interchange are limited and disconnected. The future concept adds a continuous shared-use path along portions of I-275 and SR 60, direct connections to trails such as the Courtney Campbell Trail and nearby neighborhood sidewalks, and safer crossings with improved lighting at key locations. These enhancements will create a more seamless network for cyclists and pedestrians, improving access to the airport, local businesses, and regional trails. In Priority 1A, the project will connect the Howard Franklin Trail to the SR 60 Trail. Slide 25. The Florida Department of Transportation's District 7 has selected Superior Lane Joint Venture to construct the Priority 1A phase. Construction started in January and is expected to be completed late 2029. Slide 26. The work in this phase is divided into early works and major works. Early works includes the construction of 2 box culverts, which will improve drainage along I-275 and SR 60 ITS reconfiguration, as well as relocation of City of Tampa water, wastewater, and reclaimed water lines in the way of the major work packages. Slide 27. Phase 1A major works include construction of a new Rio Street Interchange with new bridges, ramps, and roadway reconstruction, along with removal of the existing Kennedy Boulevard flyover. The project also builds a new flyover from northbound I-275 to SR 60, adds northbound I-275 express lanes, constructs westbound SR 60 and the East Frontage Road with new bridges, and completes final ITS, friction course, and pavement markings throughout the project limits. Slide 28. Traffic impacts. Construction will occur in phases to minimize impacts to the public. Business and residential access will be maintained at all times throughout construction. Clearly defined access to the Tampa International Airport will be maintained at all times. Access to and from Executive Drive and Rio Street, south of Gray Street, shall be maintained at all times. Additional lane closure information will be provided in the weekly traffic impact report distributed by FDOT and can be viewed by visiting the FDOT Tampa Bay website. Slide 29. Detours will be occurring during Phase 1A. These detours are as followed. Frontage Road, east of SR 60, detour map, East Frontage Road, located east of SR 60/Memorial Highway. From south of West Cypress Street to north of West Lemon Street will be closed until January 2027. Slide 30. During Phase 1A, a permanent closure will take place along the East Frontage Road, located east of State Road 60 or Memorial Highway. The segment between Century Park Drive and West Laurel Street will permanently close to accommodate the new interchange configuration. Motorists should follow posted detour signage and use alternate routes to reach their destinations. Slide 31. During Phase 1A, the northbound lane of the West Frontage Road, located west of State Road 60 or Memorial Highway, will permanently close between Cypress Center Drive and West Cypress Street. Under the new traffic configuration, motorists will continue to have access to southbound Interstate 275, from Cypress Street via the one-way southbound frontage road. Slide 32. The left northbound Interstate 275 exit 39 ramp bridge to State Road 60 west and State Road 589 north, serving Clearwater and Tampa International Airport, will close nightly from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Closures are scheduled Monday, March 2nd through Friday, March 6th, and Sunday, March 8th through Friday, March 13th. Motorists should follow posted detour signage and allow additional travel time. Slide 33. Pedestrian access will be maintained throughout the construction zone. The trail connection from the Howard Franklin Bridge to State Road 60 will remain open. Pedestrians should follow posted detour signage to navigate the area safely. Slide 34. Project updates will be shared through flyers, email notifications, and on the District 7 website. To receive project-specific updates, including our weekly Friday look-ahead report, please email roadwork@dot.state.fl.us. You can also visit FDOTTampabay.com for lane closure information, progress photos, and a recording of today's presentation. Slide 35. And now for the FDOT safety message. Target Zero means zero serious injuries and zero fatalities on Florida's roads. Whether you're commuting, traveling, or heading home, your choices matter. Let's keep Florida safe. This concludes the presentation. Thank you for attending this virtual public meeting for the first phase of the TWI Safety and Operational Improvements Project. We appreciate your participation and look forward to your continued interest in this important project.